Hello designers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wait, I keep saying that like you are all watching all of my videos, and you know what? Welcome to all you first comers to my YouTube channel, where I discuss things like fashion illustration and design communication, and how to draw things so that you can get your things made by other people. I mean, I don't know a lot of designers who do all their pattern making and sewing on their own, especially production runs. And so it's our job as designers to communicate our ideas effectively to other people who are better at sewing, better at pattern making. Look, I may seem like a know-it-all, but I am aware that there are people who do certain things better than I do. Don't tell any of my school students that I said that. This video will focus on line sheets. What are line sheets? Line sheets are a sales tool used by designers to give information to wholesale buyers about their products. And this information includes detailed drawings or photographs of their products and important pieces of information like wholesale prices, fiber content of the clothing, and style numbers so they know how to order them, things like that. Line sheets are not lookbooks. Lookbooks are a totally different thing. Lookbooks are all about pretty pictures of the clothing on models. Traditionally and typically, line sheets feature flat technical drawings of the garments. And lately, some people, they don't know how to draw them, and so they have been resorting to photos of their garments instead. I have two things to say about that. Number one, if you don't know how to draw flats, then you should go watch my video on how to draw flats. Do that. Number two, if you are going to use photographs for your line sheet, I recommend that you use the simplest kind of photo possible. Just like on your sample size model, straight up and down pose, smooth out all the wrinkles, the cleanest lighting possible so you can see every detail of the garment. We're not talking about flashy editorial photography with mood lighting and strange avant-garde poses. And that's a whole different story. Line sheets are about objective black and white information about your product. Line sheets are not about, this was my inspiration. I was inspired by a frog's tears on a sunny day, and birds were chirping in the jungle, and so that's why so much of my collection is green. No, line sheets are not about that. Okay? Line sheets are, hey, here's my shirt. It's got this kind of collar, and it's got this kind of center front placket. It's got these kinds of darts and these kinds of cuffs. This is the style number, and this is the price. Do you want to buy it? Yes or no? So let's talk about what information we need to include in our line sheets. On the cover, you should have your company name, all your contact information, especially that of your sales rep, the season your collection is for. You need your season dates, so your sell-by dates and your production dates. So basically what I mean by that is, hey, you need to order by this date, and then when you order by this date, I'm going to deliver to your store by this date, so they know what the cutoff is so that the designer can start production, and they know when to expect those clothes in their store. So you're gonna put that information right on the cover so they know what season they're buying for, because buyers have to focus on cash flow and how much money they have for every month they're buying for their store. So they need those dates right off the bat. Every single page of your line sheet needs to have the contact information. Let's say you're a contemporary women's wear company and you do some jeans and you do some t-shirts and you do some silk dresses and you have them on separate sheets on your line sheet. And a buyer comes along and they have no use for dresses. You know, their customer doesn't wear dresses. Their customer is very jeans and t-shirts. So they take apart your line sheet and they only keep the pages that they're interested in holding on to. This happens a lot, or things just get separated, or you know, whatever. Every page you want the contact information. Even if it's just a name and a phone, like your little company logo and a phone number that they can reach you at so they can get more information from you, but you need that on every single page. So speaking of pages, let's talk about how you want to categorize your products. If you have just a t-shirt line of 6 things, you could probably fit that all on one page. Goody for you. Awesome. Later on, as your line develops bigger and bigger, you're going to have more product categories or more products in general, so that you need to figure out how to separate them. Here's how you don't separate them. You don't do the merchandising yourself. Okay? You don't think, oh, you know what? These lace blouses go so cute with these camisoles, etc., etc. I'm going to put together this look. So each page is a look. No. You've already done that in your lookbook. You've put your outfits together. You've put the pretty pictures on your website, all that stuff. We don't care anymore. Make your line sheet organized and make it easy for buyers to find your stuff. So if you have a product category, you know, all your camisoles should be on one page. All your blouses should be on another page. Your pants and your skirts on another page, like that. Alternatively, you can group by fabric. Like all of my lace things are on one page, and all of my silk charmeuse things are another page. Just make sure it's something that makes sense, so that people who are not inside your head can find things easily. So what information do you need for each product? There's a bunch of stuff. Number 1, you have your flat with your flat drawing, and you should have a front and back. And if a side detail is really important, you should include that too. If your main design detail is some kind of cool paneling on the side, you should include a side flat. Number 2, you need a style number for your item. And this style number, you should already have this style number because it's the number you assigned for the pattern card. And maybe you don't know what a pattern card is. I will probably do a video on pattern cards so that you know what they are. But a style needs to have a number. You can give a product a style name, but that's more of a marketing thing. Like, I was once a designer for this company, and we did this collection, and we decided to name everything after constellations because it was pretty and it kind of went with, you know, the theme of the collection. But that's not like an invoicing thing. Like, an invoicing thing is style number 1304. There's a system on how to assign style numbers, and I will probably include all that information on the pattern card video. So later, bookmark. Let me write that down. So, because I am old and forgetful. You want a brief description of the item. I mean, the flat will be there, but in case they need to fill out a description in their purchase orders, then you want something like, you know, boxy tee with contrast sleeves. Something really simple, okay? Don't do anything like, you know, vague and strange, like Renaissance inspired draped jersey top. Just draped jersey top is fine. Number 4, you need your fiber content. 100% modal, genuine leather, faux leather, 96% silk, 4% spandex. You need that fiber content information. And you need it for all the things that are going into your garments. So your shell, your contrast, and your lining. Number 5, you need to list your available colors. This t-shirt comes in red, blue, yellow, green, and brown. And, you know, far be it from me to deny you the creativity that comes from creating magical color names, but try to stick to color names that make sense. People understand that crimson is a type of red and whiskey is a type of brown, but tequila vomit can come in all different kinds of colors. So maybe you don't want to use that for a color name. Number 6, you want your wholesale pricing. Depending on the kind of company you are, you can have price breaks for quantity, like if you order this many, your wholesale price per item is this much, and if you order 100 pieces or more of this, then this is the price per item. Now, you can do that too. And 7, optional, you could have a suggested or recommended retail price. And that's not saying like the store has to follow the retail price that you've calculated for them, but it's nice to do a little retail math for them so they can just take a look at your pricing and be like, oh, this is kind of the general retail price it's aiming for, and then the buyer can immediately tell if it fits into their store's price bracket. Some people are not so good at math in their head. Number 8, you definitely want to put in your size run. So that includes 2 things. You want to know whether it's letter sizes, small, medium, large, or number sizes, 2, 4, 6, 8, inseam waist, like men's jeans. It's so annoying to me that women's pants are not done in this way. I wish they were. Future designers of the world, get on that, okay? Because women would like to know, oh, this is gonna fit my waist and this is gonna fit my inseam because I know those numbers, and not some like vague, arbitrary 12. Well, what's a 12 in your brand? Whatever, right? Anyway, so what kind of sizing you have, and also the size run. Some companies, they'll do a 0 to 12. Some companies will include a 14. Some companies will just do 2 to 14. Yeah, and then you could do like a extra small to extra large, or maybe your size run is you are doing a plus size market, and so your size run is 14 to 24. You'll also want to include your minimum order quantity. So you can say like minimum 6 items, 6 of this particular style. Some people will say, bigger companies will have higher minimums, like you need to order 6 of these per size. There are some other optional things that you can include. One, you can add some helpful buyer information, like, hey, this has been a bestseller for us, so we're running it again. Buyers love bestsellers because they know that if it's a popular style, then the chances are it's going to sell better at their store. And so maybe you'll put a star, like a little flag that says bestseller rerun with our collection's new colors. And why not do that? If you have a great fitting pair of pants that makes anybody's butt look amazing, you should totally run that style again. You're like, oh, Zoe, you're stifling my creativity. I'm just gonna do like new pants every season. No, you're not. Do you know how much work goes into developing a new pair of pants? If you can figure out a pair of pants that make butts look great and they're selling well, you better run those again. You better run them in every fabric you can think of, and you better run them in every color that you can think of. Okay? And then your company is going to be known for, oh yeah, they make great pants that make my ass look amazing. This is how you build your company reputation. Okay? So you should mark there, oh, this is a bestseller for us, and we're running them in new colors. Sometimes designers like to put terms on their line sheets, net 30, upon delivery. If none of these terms make any sense to you, basically net 30 means, payment is due 30 days after delivery. Net 10, 10 days after, But, for the most part, designers, they have different terms for different stores. And yeah, that might seem, like they're showing favoritism, but let's be real. If Nordstrom comes knocking and they're going to order a bunch of stuff from you, but they want better terms than the boutiques that only order 6 things, you are probably going to give it to them. So a lot of designers opt to not put their terms on each line sheet and have the sales rep have the conversation with individual buyers. And that is all I can think of. So yeah, basically, long story short, line sheets should be black and white, very straightforward information about your individual products, and not dreamy, beautiful mood boards with collages featuring cupids and your sister's best friend who is so stylish. Okay, we don't care about that stuff. I just want to direct your attention to a terrific resource for people who are interested in the more nitty-gritty of designing and producing garments. It's a website called fashionincubator.com, fashion-incubator.com, and it's run by this amazing woman named Kathleen Fasanella, and she is she is a treasure trove of amazing and helpful information on, things like what is a line sheet, what sales tools you need to go to market, how to fix your collar pattern, things like that. And I highly recommend that you go visit her website. Cannot recommend it enough. Questions. I love all the questions. Leave me questions and comments below. And if this was helpful for you, give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button so that you can be alerted for when I post my video on style numbers and pattern cards. I'm also in the middle of doing a series on men's figure drawing and hair, different hairstyles. So I have those things going on. So come back, let's chat, and improve your drawing skills. All right. See you next time.